Hey everybody, what's up? It's your boy Jeremy Speaks, and I'm coming at y'all again today with another video. Oh girl, my clothes getting so big. Like, look, y'all. Like, y'all see how big this thing has gotten on me? Gosh. But what's up, everybody? It's your boy Jeremy Speaks, and I'm coming at y'all again today with another video. This video is none other than my my review for Love and Marriage Huntsville season whatever it is, episode 6. Okay. Hopefully this does not go too long. I don't think it will. I have to be at the gym at 7. It's 5:22, which gives me about a good hour and like maybe 10 minutes. Cause I gotta like get myself mentally ready for the gym and everything else like that. Not Ozempics, Jay. But how y'all doing? How y'all doing? Girl, I work from home today, and I thought it was gonna be, pretty smooth for me, but it has not been. Okay. Child, when I tell you that working in corporate America can be very, very stressful. Very, very, very stressful, child. I'm gonna wait until the 5-minute mark for us to get started. I have like a weekend trip planned. Like this weekend, I'll be going out of town. And I think y'all might get a little surprise. I think y'all probably will be be a little surprised. But yeah, I'll be going out of town this weekend. So I leave tomorrow evening, and I'm really excited about that. I'm excited about, I don't know, like I just feel like it's time for me to like move, you know? I'm already doing like the preparations for it and everything, but like I really do ooh, y'all. Oh my God, I have to get my beard together tonight. Oh, I hate it. I have to layer it. I just have to get it together. My goodness. It's far too much. I am not going to Atlanta. No. No. I will be in Atlanta either later on this month or next month, definitely. Cause me, Scotty, Jamar, Tremel, and Carl are going to the Brandy Monica concert. So yeah, it's definitely growing, y'all. But like I have not like usually what I do on like Sunday or so, I like straighten my beard out like with my beard comb or beard straightener comb, whatever you want to call it. And then I scissor and use clippers to layer it and to sharpen the lines on it and everything else like that. But I have not done that, child, in a few weeks. In about a month. So, child, I just been letting this thing grow, and I just been doing like the shaping of it. I'm not going to Houston, but like yeah, I'm excited about going out of town. Still don't really know yet everything I'm going to be doing, but it is what it is, you know. You just go to vibe, have a good time. Y'all forgive me. Like y'all listen, I tried like I went to the vitamin shop, right? Because now like I'm trying ashwagandha. So I went and bought the ashwagandha, y'all. When I tell you that stuff really does work, bitch, that stuff really work. It really do be keeping you calm. You know, let's just hope that that's gonna work for me through this review. Okay, I just hope it does. Hey, Don, how you doing, friend? Now, please put a 1 in the chat if you guys are ready for me to get into everything. Please put a 1 in the chat. And while y'all let me know if y'all ready or not, I will definitely pull up my notes. Get your ass on. Go. Okay. Oh, Jesus, give me the strength. Luckily, ain't that much to talk about. So we back. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Huntsville of Love and Marriage. Right? And we picking up where we left off on the last episode, right? We saw Tisha in her pleather dress and 6,000% density wig get up and walk out of the coffee shop and get in her car because she don't need to do this, because this is where her child has they PTA meetings at. I was like, I never knew that, like, in Alabama they doing PTA meetings outside of the school premises. Like, when I was growing up, a parent-teacher conference mean that we going to Miss Samuel's office or we going to Miss Samuel's classroom. It didn't mean that my mama gonna be meeting my teacher out in some random ass coffee shop in the middle of the city. You know what I'm saying? It's giving no. But, you know, Nell lets us know that even though Tisha just sped off in her Ford, you know, that's not the G-Wagon that we've been seeing her and her husband flying around for like the last like season or so. You know, she gonna sit and still drink her coffee because she ain't a little girl. She a grown woman who don't need no man, who might just be your counselor, your mentor, your secretary. But, you know, while she's sipping her coffee, right, Tisha, out of the randomness of her heart, decides to go and turn the car back around. So turn the car around. So she comes back to the coffee shop, right? She walks in and sits down and says, you know what, Nell? I have so much respect for you that I want this to be right. I want to make this right. And, you know, I just don't want us to do no yelling, no cussing. I ain't your child. You ain't going to talk to me like I'm your child. Nell says, I wasn't talking to you like you was my child. She said, hold up, I'm not done. All the yelling, this is where my child has their PTA meetings at. And I'm like, once again, we talking about the PTA meetings that we having outside of the school premises. Why are we doing that? But listen, I just want us to stop acting like production didn't call Tisha and tell her ass to get back to the scene. They was like, if your ass want to get paid, you're going to get your ass back down there to that coffee shop. Okay. Which explains why Nell was still sitting there, because I would have left. You know, after what Tisha was trying to do, I would have just packed up my things and left. But, you know, production got to make it do what it do. So, so Tisha says, you know, so you didn't like me talking to your husband any kind of way, but you have to know what I'm going through. Like, for years and years, like, people have been saying 20 girlfriends this, big back bitch that, you know, fat ass nigga with a girdle on, you know, my nigga got titties and do we put up against each other? Like, they've been saying so many rumors and things that can hurt not only my marriage, but my relationship in me as a woman. I'm like, now what the hell does your husband going around cheating has to do with your womanhood? I don't understand that. But she started crying. So she was like, you just don't know. So when people talk about my marriage, when they try to destroy my marriage, I get very defensive. Nell is sitting across from her looking like, wow, you know, you're just so vulnerable. And I just want to thank you for that. She gets into the confessionals and tell us, you know, she feels sorry for Tisha. And you know what? She's going to extend Tisha some grace because, you know, she likes Tisha. I'm like, Nell, I don't know what you talking about. You may like Tisha, but baby, Tisha don't like you. They don't like you. I don't know. Maybe it's the elder brain going, but I need you to recognize when you are not liked. See, I can't like people that don't like me. See, when one of us doesn't like the other one, it's a mutual dislike. It's a mutual dislike. My goodness. Hold on, y'all. This damn cat. I just need to finish this review. Can y'all let me do that? Move. Now, Nell goes in to tell Tisha, you know what? I will extend you some grace because me as a woman, as an older upper tier woman, and as a mentor, I'm going to do that as a mentor, you know, because I mentor. You know, I'm going to forgive you because I'm a mentor, you know, because I'm a mentor. I'm a counselor. I got a certificate. I went to school for this. I mean, not college, but, you know, maybe just some after night classes. You know, I just want you to know I'm a mentor. I'm a mentor. And you want to know, speaking of me being a mentor, since we brought it up, I am very offended that you tried to play and act like I didn't mentor you. I mentored you. I mentored you. I mentored Destiny. I mentored Kimmy. I mentored every bitch. I even mentored me. I'm a mentor. And Tisha goes in to say, well, I didn't really look at it as like you mentor. I just thought we were friends. Well, Tisha, that's the thing about it. She don't consider y'all friends. She just consider y'all bitches that she can mentor on the show. That's what it is. See, y'all not friends. It's a mentee and mentor relationship. And then she was like, so like you have, so I apologize. Like, I didn't really know like you was a mentor. Like, you a mentor for real? Like you like for real? She's like, I counsel, I mentor, and I got a certificate. A certificate. And on top of that, I've had my certificate in this. I'm not about, I don't just play about this mentor life. I live this, breathe this, sleep this mentor shit. Bitch, don't play with me. I've been mentoring since I came out the womb, ho. What you talking about? Now, what you need mentorship on, bitch? I got you. Tisha says, wow. So, I didn't know you had no certificate. That must mean that we ain't gonna never like have any problems with you in this group. Like, you know, we should always get along because we got the mentor here. Who Nell? Now, Tisha, this is my thing with you. I don't like the fact that you are sitting here basically gaslighting people, and you want to like, you like to press people and agitate them and try to gaslight them, and then when they get in your ass, that's when you want to act like, oh, like, no, like, why are we screaming, like, why are we yelling? Mind you, nobody's even yelling at you. It's the fact that you gaslighting this woman to believe that she's yelling at you just to piss her off because you don't like her. Because at the end of the day, the anger that you really have is for your husband. And the thing about it is, what you want bitches to do, you want them to just lay down and just allow you to railroad over them and say whatever the fuck you want to say, you know, just out of the safety of your own mental health. Because truthfully, you living in a glass house because your husband act like he don't respect you or your marriage or the rings that he bought or you bought. You know, any of those things. And the kids at this point sound like they don't really, like, you know, respect you either. It sounds like every single time you come on camera, you're one step away from having a mental breakdown. So in order to stop you from a mental breakdown, we just got to let you fucking railroad and disrespect us, basically, is what you're telling me. But I'm sorry, Tisha, just because you allowed yourself to be railroaded by a man with a nice rack of titties don't mean that we should just allow you to disrespect us or play in our face and about our marriage. See, you want to act like, let's not talk about the marriages. Let's not talk about the kids when that's all y'all been doing. Now, I can't really speak on the kids too much because I don't really know if that's what you've been doing or not, but I know damn well you've been talking about marriages. I know damn well. And mind you, Nell ain't said shit about your marriage. Now, her husband said something about Marceau, but that's them as friends. He's not thinking about you, right? But that's the thing here. You sat there, cried. You came back in and cried to this woman to get her to soften up to you, to make her feel vulnerable enough to just allow you to say whatever you want to say. But at the end of the day, Tisha, when you really piece it together, everything that you said is some bullshit. Everything that you said is some bullshit. Nobody who's in a fully realized relationship, who is secure in their relationship, is going to allow random bitches on the internet to fuck whatever they got going on up. Okay, I just don't believe that, especially when y'all been married for like 13, 14 years. What I believe is that the audience is able to see the breaks or the issues in y'all relationship, and they bring that to the forefront. And that's not something that you're used to doing in your day-to-day life, because obviously, Tisha, you like to walk around in the delusional mindset that your marriage is good, right? And when people are bringing up the issues that they're noticing in your marriage, you have to pay attention to it. And when you have to actually face the issues and the problems that you're going through day to day, that may be too much to bear when you're not ready for the truth and you're not strong enough to leave some man who truthfully does not honor you the way that you should be honored. And that's the problem. You're not mad at Nell. You're not mad at us, right? You're not mad at Chris. You're not even mad at Melody. What you are mad at is the fact that you're still in this relationship. You love this man and he does not respect you. And you're constantly getting embarrassed on television and on social media. That's what you're mad at. And I need you to redirect that energy to the nigga with the good boobs next to you and stop trying to take it out on everybody else. Because once again, Nell had nothing to do with this. And even if her man did say that, apparently her man and your man already talked it out. So for you to even approach him on some drunk shit at that party was crazy anyway. You looked insane. And you lucky you didn't get your ass whooped, to be fair. But I'm going to let you have it. I'm going to let you move on. They clink, locked glasses. And they said they're going to try to just have better days. I was like, I don't know how long this shit going to last, but let's just see, child. So next scene we're at Kimmy office, and Maurice meets up with her. Maurice comes in, he says, I'm going to have my lunch with you. She was like, oh, you spending lunch with me today? Why am I so lucky? I'm like, damn, it's crazy when your own husband has to, when he say he want to spend lunch with you, acting like he ain't never did that shit a day in his life. I just don't understand being in relationships with niggas who don't like to be around you or act like they don't like to be around you. That's crazy to me. But Maurice wants to start talking about Martell. So he lets Kimmy know that he believes that Martell is spiraling and doesn't like this new dude that, that's came, about. All the women used to want him to, to be the archetype of what we needed to strive for. And just now, like, who is this person? Who is this new dude? Kimmy is like, nigga, he ain't new. He been this way. And, what he does, he goes and sets fires and then acts like, oh my God, I'm getting burnt down by the fire. Help me, help me, help me. It's so funny, Kimmy, how you can see this now when the shit is happening to you and your family and your brother-in-law and your sister-in-law. But when it was happening to Mel, this nigga was a nice guy. When he was dogging her out, he was a nice guy. Now that he dogging out y'all asses, all of a sudden he ain't a nice guy. He been the same. He been like this. He been this dude. But you said he was a nice guy at one point. So if that is so to be the fact, I would believe that you also should be echoing the same bullshit statements that your husband is echoing. But something lets me know that even from the beginning, both of y'all knew that this nigga wasn't shit. Because number one, let's talk about it. It's not the fact that he's out here being a nasty ass individual to bitches. It's not that, Maurice, that you're upset about. What you're upset about is him being a nasty ass individual to you and your brother and blowing up y'all spots. That's where this whole villain shit that you're talking about is coming into play. But at the end of the day, he been villainizing himself for a very long motherfucking time now, since he been fucking that girl with that's been having them damn braces for like 18 years, since 2016. Like that's the truth here. He's never been a good guy. He didn't just morph into a villain. Kimmy's been knowing that, although she's been lying to herself, lying to the audience, and bullshitting in her confessionals, acting like this man is a good guy to piss off Melody and to spite her. But now that the shit is happening to y'all directly, now this nigga ain't changed. He always been like this. This ain't new. Wow. So crazy how y'all come to these epiphanies when the shit happens to y'all. I really don't understand people who only really care about shit that happens directly to them. I don't know. Maybe I'm too much of an empath. Maybe I have too much sympathy for people, but I just cannot imagine myself only caring about how somebody treats me and not how they treat other bitches around me. Like, if I see this nigga punch 8 holes in the face, I'm gonna be, on guard thinking that he gonna punch me in the face. I'm not just gonna be like, he's a nice guy, though he punched 8 of y'all in the face. He's a nice guy to me. I don't know what y'all talking about. And that goes right back into a post that I put up on my Instagram. I had said that, it takes a very disgusting person, to tell you that your abuser is a good person because they never had that experience with them. It takes a real nasty person to do that, right? And I know y'all, Kimmy talking shit about Martell. I know I'm supposed to be like, yeah, Kimmy, yeah, Kimmy. But to me, y'all should have been doing this seasons ago. Y'all should have been doing this seasons ago. That's what y'all should have been doing. But y'all didn't care because it was entertainment for y'all. Y'all were able to hide behind this fucked up dynamic between Martell and Melody and exacerbate their situations, instigate problems between them two, bring the other one up around the other one to piss the other one off, and just hide behind that for season after season after season. Now that he's gone, y'all have to take the brunt of that abuse, because it was never the fact that he was never abusive. It was the fact that because he had somebody to abuse, he wasn't really focused on y'all. But now that that person's gone, all of that abusive energy is going to have to go elsewhere. It's going to have to go elsewhere in this, in this dynamic of a show, at least. But let's move on. So Maurice says, he wants Martell to be the person that he was and be the person who he strives to be, that he dreamt to be. I'm like, nigga, are you the person you dreamt to be? Are you who you was? I think it's completely ridiculous for us to sit here and act like, people don't change year to year, right? Like, people don't evolve, whether it's a good evolution or a bad evolution. It's kind of strange to sit here and say, I want you to go all the way back to what you used to be when I was comfortable around you. No, you aren't entitled to that. Like, you can't force somebody to change back into who you wanted them to be. Like, life experiences change people for the worse or for the good sometimes. And unfortunately for him, it changed him for the worse. Now, does that mean that every single bad experience that somebody goes through changes them for the worse? No, it's about your perspective, your maturity, and your accountability to look at your your part in the negative things that you deal with, that you have control over. Some things that happen to us, we don't have no control over that. You shouldn't feel that negative from that, because you didn't have no control of that. People people get victimized and things like that. Y'all have no control of that. So that's outside of what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about the things that you can control. You have to take responsibility when the things that you do causes problems in your life, and you have to face the consequences of your own actions. And when you can't do that, that can change you for the worse, because you are not ready to face the things that you're done and grow from it. You're still trying to deny and reject the truth of the matter that you may have caused your own demise. Right? So no, you can't just go back into who you used to be. You can't do that. Like once life experiences happen to you, you can't never change. Like for me, I can never be the bitch that I was when I was living in the hood of Las Vegas. I can't go back to a hood bitch from the 702. You know what I'm saying? Like I couldn't even do that if I wanted to. Because I've changed. And it took a long time. It will take so much, this effort, if that's the word for it, to devolve myself back to what I used to be. The problem isn't Martell needing to be who he used to be. The problem is Martell does not want to be better than what he is right now. But to be fair, you don't care about Martell being a better person. Y'all have to listen to what people say. So when somebody tells you something like that, listen to it. So he doesn't want Martell to be a better person. He's fine with Martell being the nice fuck nigga who cheats on his family and keeps all the secrets of the niggas fucking bitches in the friend group. He wants him to go back to that. But not to a better person, being a better individual. Because at the end of the day, I still want you to hold all my secrets. If you get way too much integrity, nigga, you might start telling the truth. We can't have that. We want you to just be quiet and be nice and just go fuck all the regular, all the bitches around Huntsville and connect us to some of them hoes too. And keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth closed. You ain't got to tell everybody everything. Keep your secrets, nigga. That's what I heard from it. Now, Kimmy says that you talked to him multiple times. Y'all had to sit down. It sounds like it's gonna be good. Yeah, I understand you, man. Yeah, you right, man. Yeah, you have a point, man. And then right after that, he's dragging y'all. Like at the end of the day, he does not respect you. And even going into how he used to talk about us making y'all plates, he feels that he's a better father. I mean, is he? Isn't he? He feels that, he was way more attentive. I mean, he definitely was. And he doesn't think it's fair that he lost his family, but y'all still have y'all's, and y'all are not good men to y'all women. He don't respect y'all. And then Maurice is going to say, well, put yourself in his shoes. Kimmy says, I already have put myself in his shoes, and that's why I extended him the grace that I did. Kimmy, what the fuck are you talking about? So even if you were to put on his shoes and look at it from his perspective, how is it that you were able to give him grace when he's the one that was going around fucking bitches for 15 years in his marriage, for 7 years, 6 years? Cheating in his marriage, going out to cheat during COVID. I just don't understand. That should make you even more abhorrent to who he is as a person. But that made you want to give him grace? Child, the life of a pick-me, I can't understand, y'all. I wish I could. I'm a man. You want to know something? It took me so long to break through the mental holes that misogyny had on me, because so many of us don't even know how entrenched in misogynoir we are in our day-to-day life, that we have so many different biases against women and for men in our mindsets, and we can't even see it. You have to really sit down with yourself and listen to the shit that you saying and really break that shit down and see if it makes sense. If this man cheated on his family, tried to take this lady kids away, tracked her car, stalked her, popped up at her house, she had to get security, all of the put out revenge P on her, all of this type of stuff. How are you able to extend him grace putting yourself in his shoes? Are you saying that you can also see how you could be an abusive, manipulative, dangerous individual if your wife left you because you cheated on her too? It don't make sense when you say this shit out loud. Goodness gracious. Now, Kimmy says that Martell thinks that you are the second fiddle to Marceau. He does not respect Marceau and he sees you as an extension of him. I mean, these niggas are extended. These niggas look like two titties. They're related. They're extended. They have a brotherhood. That is the truth. He is an extension, and Maurice is an extension of him as well. So Kimmy says, but instead of spending all of this time worried about this, you could spend more time with Monster doing the things that we asked you to do. And he says, well, I hope there's going to be some progress there. This why Martell don't respect you as a father. Right there. You more worried about his fucking mental health than the mental health of your son. Than spending time with your child. And then when it's brought up to you by your wife that you need to spend more time with your son, you're going to say, I hope there's progress there. Either you were completely ignoring what she said about you spending time with your child, or you just a piece of shit. You were either ignoring what she said and talking about Martell and saying that you hope it's progress there, or you were saying you hope it's progress and you spending time with your son. Either way, you a bitch for that. You a bitch for that. I don't like you, nigga. I don't like you. I don't like anything about you. I don't like that. Now let's move forward. So Trisha is with Macy, right? Tisha tells her daughter that she's gonna have to step up with the social media for like the hair care line that she released. I was like, I didn't even know her daughter had a hair care line, but I do. Like, I was kind of surprised that her daughter was older than what I expected. I thought like her daughter was like 8. I was like, wait, so this the daughter? This the daughter that you be having the PTA meetings with? Do you have another kid that I don't know about? So, like, how many kids did Tisha have? Does she only have like 2 or does she have like 4 or 3? So, Marceau comes in, the daughter started roasting him a little bit and letting him know that, like, Tisha is his favorite parent. Although Marceau gives them a whole bunch of money, she says that Tisha's her favorite parent. I was really happy to see that, because like every single one of y'all little motherfuckers under that household should be feeling like Tisha is y'all favorite parent, since she's the most active parent and the most hands-on parent. I can't see how somebody's your favorite parent. Even y'all, listen, I already told y'all the issues I got with my mama. My daddy, my biological father, that nigga didn't even put in effort to try to raise me. Never in my life will I say, although the stuff I went through with my mom was fucked up, I'm not gonna call that nigga my favorite parent. It's gonna always be at least somebody who put in some effort. So it's gonna be my mama out of the two of them. Now, Marceau wonders like where she's getting her attitude from. I was like, nigga, probably you. I was like, you the one who walk around the house acting like the baddest bitch. So at the end of the day, don't get mad when your daughter acting like she the baddest. You walk around being sarcastic and an asshole to everybody, your kids gonna grow up to be assholes too. Maybe we should be better people. And our children will reflect the same. But to me, it looks like all your kids are assholes, douchebags, rude as shit. Although I do like the daughter giving you shit because you deserve it, I'm just saying that, that's probably where she get it from. Now, Tisha goes on to explain what happened between Nell and herself at the coffee shop. She says that, I was just talking to Nell and she just got so irate and she was just getting loud and just acting so crazy and talking about I got in her husband's face. It was just crazy. Her husband's like, is this how counselors and mentors are supposed to act? She was like, and she told me she got a certificate. She was like, a certificate in being crazy. I was like, well, what about a certificate to abandoning your family and your kids for 2 months to go to Africa on a surprise trip that you gave yourself? How about, do you get it? What's the certificate look like for that? Huh? What y'all gonna stop doing is playing with this woman like you lying, Tisha. You lying, Tisha, and this man already knows that he and Chris had already talked everything out. And he also later in this, in this conversation agreed that you did get in her husband's face. And then he gonna say, well, you do have a tendency, Tisha, to talk to men like you they husband. She was like, oh, so you think I got in his face? He goes on to say, well, Tisha does get pretty courageous in how she decides to want to talk to people. She doesn't really have a problem speaking her mind. I was like, unless it's you, that's the only person that she don't like speaking her mind in front of, unless it's you. Right? But I don't really look at Tisha as somebody that's just going around getting in men's faces. I think we're going to have to take some accountability, Marceau. I think we're going to have to take some accountability here. Tisha's not going around just getting in men's faces all the time. Now, she did do that shit with Chris, which was completely wrong, and her ass needed to get whooped for that. Now, however, any other time, she didn't get in no man's face. That's she didn't talk to no man like he was her husband. See, the thing about it is you allow niggas to talk to your wife like are they side bitch? That's the thing. You allow Martell to walk up to your wife, call her all types of hoes, sluts, and bitches. You allow him to do that, and you did nothing but tell your wife to go home and get in the car because, truth be told, you don't want to get your ass whipped. But if we gonna be honest and say that we truth tellers around this bitch, we just gonna have to admit that Tisha just don't be going around talking about all the men like they her husband. What she does is stand up for herself because her man is too much of a bitch to do it for. I think that's what it is. See, what you want her to do, you just want her to just allow disrespect. Like you allow disrespect because you're afraid of Martell. That's the thing. You don't want to get your ass whooped. You don't want nobody else to pull up that shirt and see a girdle again. See, the last time you got in a scuffle, that shirt lifted up and all we saw was a slip. That's the thing right there. That's what you don't want. Don't lie on Tisha. Now, Tisha is a lot of things. Tisha does a lot of things, but that's not one thing I really think that Tisha be doing. Because who else face could she have got into? It's only been 3 of y'all motherfuckers on the show. Well, it's been a couple of y'all on the show. Shane did that shit to Lou. Shane did that shit to Maurice. Shane did that shit to Cedric. Shane did that shit to LeBaric. Shane did that. Like, what are you talking about? The only person she had that type of interaction with was Martell and him. But Martell got in her face, not the other way around. Now let's continue, child. So Marceau asks, well, how is Trish? She says, well, I haven't really spoken to Trish since the party. The last time I did see Trish, she was talking about this whole transparency thing with Nell. And I just don't even know where that was coming from. It was the last time we went out to go have a conversation with Destiny. And, me and Destiny and Kimmy, we always could have a good conversation. He said, speaking of Destiny, you need to watch yourself around her. You need to watch yourself around Miss Destiny. Because a friend to everybody is a friend to no one. Watch what you tell her. Watch how you carry yourself around her, because you can't really trust Destiny because the bitch might get on a reunion stage and say that you tried to groom her. You gotta be very careful about what you say to Destiny. because she can accidentally, misunderstand shit as grooming. Jesus have mercy, give me strength. So Tisha says, at the end of the day, marriage and children should just be off limits. It should just be off limits. Like, we just shouldn't be doing that. I'm like, Tisha, you first. You first. You first. And it's kind of strange that y'all don't want to talk about y'all marriages and families, even though that's the whole name of the show, Love and Marriage. Huntsville, like all the love and marriages y'all have in Huntsville, I would think that we're going to talk about it. But unfortunately, it seems that we are not. So let's continue, Joe. So we see Nell and Chris are out shopping for toys for the kids, for the grandkids, that is. Chris lets Nell know that she spoke to Lance and Destiny came up. I was like, did you also let her know that you spoke to Lance and told him that it'll be a cold day in hell before you allow your wife to spend the night at his house? It'll be a cold day in hell if I let my wife spend 3 nights at your house, nigga. I don't even care if you her son. Did you let her know that? So funny how you skipped over that. Child, she says that, Nell says that she told her son that if he felt that he owed Destiny a conversation, then that's on him. But, they wasn't exclusive, and she said that she wasn't, hunching him. So if he needed somebody else to go fulfill those needs, then that's what it is. I agree. I agree. I don't really understand if y'all wasn't really talking like that. You haven't even slept with this man. Y'all wasn't exclusive. Why do I have to tell you that I have a baby on the way? We not even dating for real. Like, move around, Destiny. Damn. Y'all, I saw the I saw the preview of next week's episode, and I was damn near on the floor. Destiny was like, Destiny said, he said that he was interested in me, and I was thinking about giving him an opportunity, and I just wanted to know how you feel about that. I was crying. I was like, this bitch petty. I was like, she petty as fuck for that. But y'all, listen, let's continue, child. So Nell says, she had a conversation with Tisha, right? She said that she told Tisha that she was offended by her behavior towards her husband. Nell says that Tisha explained to her all about the rumors and how that affected her marriage, and they never even been presented proof of anything. Like, it ain't even been no proof of anything. Chris says, but what about the interview with the bitch saying that she fucked your husband? And then, but Tisha's like, not that proof, not that one. Other proof, nigga. Ignore that proof. We don't want that proof. I don't like that proof. Give me other proof that does not prove anything. See, that's the type of proof that I want. Give me proof that don't prove shit. That's what I want. I don't even acknowledge that proof. I don't give a fuck. La 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 la. So I'm like, Chris, we're on the same page here. I was like, I thought the interview was the proof. Maybe it's me. I don't know. I would definitely have to ask my nigga some questions if somebody said in the interview that they fucked my man in the time frame that I was fucking them. Like, I would want to know, what's going on with this. I ain't just gonna be like, girl, that is not true. If until somebody come forward with my husband in a photograph, a video that has been confirmed with a videographer that is not AI, text messages, legal documentation, a pint of his blood, and a piece of his back fat, I will not believe it. Until you present me all of that and give me that proof and evidence, baby, I'm not believing the damn thing. Chill, y'all are hilarious to me. Mel said, but no, she said that wasn't enough. She said, she's going through a lot with her family. She's trying to protect her kids, protect her family, and I have a soft spot for Tisha. So I just want everything to be good. Right? Child, let's move on. So the next scene that we are at, thank you so much, Just a Girl from Detroit. You are one of my faves. Thank y'all. Listen, I appreciate y'all giving me super chats. Thank y'all so much. But I just want to know, have y'all liked this video? Do you know I have to go to the gym in less than 36 minutes? Do y'all know that? I'm doing the Lord's work right now. I had to get myself out of bed, fight to come on here. Y'all, please like this video, okay? Take these notes after work, right after work. Please like this video. Thank you. And y'all, also, if y'all want to give a bitch $1, give a bitch 10, whatever y'all want to give a bitch, listen. If y'all don't want the man to take my stuff, to take half of that, you can just send it to my Cashapp. I mean, I'm fine with either way, but I'm just letting you know, YouTube gonna take 40% of that. And I ain't gonna never see it. But okay, let's move on, child. So we are at Maurice and Martell meeting up for lunch. We see them meeting up for lunch. So Martell says that he was looking forward to Maurice asking him to come out to eat, because he already knew that Maurice was going to be asking him about the trip. He says he was looking forward to this. I was like, Martell is already with the shits. Here we go. Let's begin. So he lets us, meaning Maurice and the audience, know that he wants to take Arian seriously. And Maurice asks, does serious mean marriage? He says, well, I ain't say all of that, maybe in the future, but like not anything soon. I was like, oh my goodness, how embarrassing. How embarrassing, child. Thank you so much for the super chat, Deborah. Thank y'all. Y'all know, my gosh. Thank y'all for giving me y'all money. Okay. Y'all already remember the breakdown that we had the last review that I did about how expensive all this shit be. Y'all know, but I appreciate it, child. Very expensive life of a content creator. Now, Marie says, you sound like you in a good place, but are you? Martell says, yeah, I'm in a very good space. He says, are you sure about that? Martell says, I think that I am. What are you getting at? He was like, you did have a very rough couple of months. In California, had a rough couple of months. He says, but thank you so much, Tammy, for your Cashapp. It's appreciated. Thank you, Tammy. Thank y'all so much. Y'all warming up my heart. Thank y'all. My goodness. The white man ain't gonna get none of this. Take that, YouTube. Y'all, I was so pissed when I found out they took so much of my tips. I remember somebody gave me like $100 tip one time, and I was like, now why is my revenue only telling me that I got like $60? I was like, she gave me 100. Now what happened to the 40? I was like, now I didn't put all this damn work, and YouTube gonna take damn near half of the tip away. And I was like, if the government is talking about no tax on tips, how are you gonna take my tip? How does that work? Even the Republicans don't want to take the damn tips. You gonna take half? That's insane. Can you imagine if you a bartender at a damn bar and you make $100 in tips and your boss tells you to cough up $40 of that? Bitch, fuck you, I'm quitting. It's just the audacity. Like, don't have y'all no shame, YouTube? My goodness. But let's move on, child. So Martell is shocked and says, he's wondering what he's talking about. And then Maurice says, I think you have been made the villain for so long that now you just fully are committed to being the villain. Like, you embrace it, right? So then Martell says that he wasn't going to respond, But Marceau kept on pushing him until he needed to put out an interview. I was like, Marceau didn't push you. He just said that he didn't agree with the revenge corn that you tried to put out on your wife, or your ex-wife at the time, sorry, that you tried to put out against Melody. So it's like people just not agreeing with your bullshit means that they like that's a slight towards you and they gotta apologize and shit. Are you mentally sane? Martell's a psychopath. This man is a psycho. And the fact that he can lie to himself like this is insane. And y'all listen to what I say as this goes on. I'm gonna point it out when I'm gonna like be like, what does this even mean? But I just want y'all to listen closely to what I'm about to say. So he says he didn't want to do it. He wanted Marceau to call him up and apologize. How dare you say that you are disappointed in me about peddling out revenge corn against my ex-wife? Like, apologize, nigga. What you talking about? And then he goes on to say, and after I didn't get that apology, I had to do what I had to do. Maurice said, but what did I have to do with that? How did I catch a stray? Martell says, but when we was in LA, you didn't stand up for me, nigga. When we was in LA and I couldn't think of the words and the vocabulary to describe what was going on with the court system, nigga, you could have said something, nigga. But you didn't. You gave me a weird ass look, nigga. That's why. That's why. Because you didn't read my mind and say and think about what I was gonna say, what I needed to say, what I meant to say. See, you didn't read my mind, nigga. I'm upset about that. That's why, nigga. I'm like, this man is insane. He need a straitjacket. Am I the only one that realizes how insane that sounds? But Maurice says, I knew what I was doing. I knew what I was doing. You want to know why I gave you that look, man? You want to know why I gave you that look? It's because you was going against the Alabama state of Alabama, nigga. That's why. And you know what your lawyer would have told you? Not to say anything because anything could be used against you in the court of law. Nigga. Did you know that? Did you even know that? No, you didn't know that. But I'm going to tell you, anything that you say, because I'm a lawyer, anything that you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. That's why I didn't clarify what you was trying to say. Even if I did know the vocabulary word for appeal, nigga, I didn't want to say that because be quiet. I'm like, what is this? That don't even make sense. You couldn't just clarify and say, I think he's meaning an appeal. Okay, Maurice. Child, so let's move on. So he said that he felt Maurice should have stepped in and explained something, right? So Maurice goes on to say, and I was also battling my own case. This is my favorite part right here. This is my favorite part. Y'all buckle up. This is my favorite. He was like, I was battling my own case. Do you really know what happened that night? He goes on to say, I'm going to let you know what happened, since all of these people got these weird theories about the timelines and the questionable theories and everything else like that. I'm going to show you. Let me explain to you what happened. So, Maurice says, me and Kimmy, we were at the same place. We were at Black together. And then we left together. Kimmy went by and dropped me off at the office, right? Dropped me off at the office. Now, after she dropped me off at the office, I went and got in my car because I parked my car at the office. That's why she dropped me off there. After she did that, we both left at the same time. She went home, but instead, I went to go and see what was going on with Cedric and JB. Now, what time is it? Nigga, we left the party around 1 a.m., right? We left the party around 1 a.m. That's when everybody left. And then after all of that, right, after all of that, with like, you know, we got back to the car, then she went home. Now I went to go chill with Cedric and JB at 2 o'clock in the damn morning, even though Cedric and JB probably both got wives. But ignore all of that. Ignore all of that, because at the end of the day, my timeline makes sense, nigga. Listen to me. So he goes on to say that after he left Cedric and JB's place, right? Kimmy goes home and he says that she was getting in bed 30 minutes before he got, you know, he got sent home. Well, like I think he said 30 minutes after he had got pulled over, you know, or that he was around the corner. So he says that 30 minutes before he was around the corner. Are y'all keeping up? 30 minutes before he made it around the corner, she got in the bed. Now at this point, it gotta be 2 or 3 a.m. It gotta be. Unless everything is just around the corner in Alabama, which I wouldn't be surprised about. But listen, he says that, you know, before I hit the corner, I hit an animal. Nigga, a deer, a bear. I hit an animal, nigga. That's what I did. And then, you know, and then I hit the tree. Now, at this point, Martell says you hit a tree, and then he said a tree and a pole. So, nigga, do you know what I've been through? Do you know what I survived? I'm a survivor. Nigga, I'm Beyonce. That's me, child. I hit an animal, a tree, nigga, and a pole. And not to mention, you would have thought that the animal was dead after I hit the bitch. But no, the animal got up and ran away. And nigga, after all of that, I was left with a concussion. Do you know what it's like to be concussed? Do you know what it's like to be concussed? For your head to go here and your brain to go there? Do you know what that's like, nigga? No, you don't. Child, at this point, Martell is cackling because this sounds completely ridiculous. And the more Martell was laughing at it, the more ridiculous it even sounded. Like, you know, because he said, you know, and then the tree, because he was like, I hit an animal. He was like, you hit an animal, bro? And he said, and then a tree. Martell says, and a tree? And then it was like, a pole too. And the animal got up and walked away. The animal didn't run away. It got up and walked away. It got up on 2 feet and walked away. So it could have been a deer, it could have been a bear, or it could have been a Sasquatch. Nigga, I survived everything. Do you know how dangerous that shit was? I'm happy to be here today. My goodness, this is too much. So Martell asked him, like, so was you just drunk or did you take some pills? I mean, of course you wasn't drunk. You say you wasn't drunk, but like, did you take some pills? He was like, nah. I was like, is that something that he's done before? I was like, y'all niggas popping pills? Yikes, that's crazy. That's crazy, child. So right after that, right, he goes on to say, but did you know the case got dismissed, nigga? Did you know that? Like I told my motherfucking son, this case got dismissed. See, niggas always want to laugh at you when you going through the hard times in your life, but when shit get cleared up, they ain't nowhere to be found. Nigga, it got dismissed. I was like, but why did it get dismissed? And I was like, but how? I was like, but how was Kimmy in bed 30 minutes before before you were around the corner and you got arrested at 1 p.m. in the afternoon? How did that happen? So Kimmy didn't get to bed until like 1 to like 12:30 p.m. later on in the day. And you ain't gonna tell me. So you telling me you was at Cedric's house and y'all said y'all left around like 12 or 1, right? You telling me you was at Cedric Place for like 8-9 hours and Kimmy was just up? None of this makes sense. This is ridiculousness. I don't get what's happening here, and I feel like I'm being insulted, but I'm gonna just continue because Maurice said what he said. I just want to, I want to know why the case got dismissed. Give me a second. Let me look this up. Maurice Scott case dismissed. So it says they claim Huntsville and the state did not have enough evidence to charge him. They also claim the instrument used to charge Maurice for DUI in the first place violated due process of law. The state filed the no pro se motion and will waive his bail bond and all court costs. This case will be chronicled during the current LMAH season. This is positive news for a show whose cast has been married in multiple criminal and civil cases. I mean, but let me look. Okay, like let me look at Urban Bell. Let me see what Urban Bell said. That's all I can find. That's all I can find, y'all. Let's move on, child. So let's hurry through this because we ain't got that much else to talk about. So afterwards, right? Maurice tells Martell, man, you be wilding out. Martell says people don't care about me, so I don't care about y'all niggas' feelings and y'all brothers' feelings or y'all sister wives and y'all sister-in-law feelings. I don't care. Don't lie on me intentionally. Maurice asked, have you ever intentionally lied? He was like, no, nigga, I unintentionally lie all the time. Nigga, I'm unintentionally lying right now. Nigga, I don't lie on purpose. Nigga, I can't help this shit. This shit is a terminal illness. I don't. Who lying on purpose? Did you think I knew that I was lying when I made up all of that shit about Melody? Did you think I knew I was lying when I made up all that shit about Tisha? I didn't know if I was lying or not. Nigga, I didn't know. I didn't mean to do that. It just came out. I don't intentionally lie on people. This shit be unintentional. My bad. But don't you ever in your life, after I unintentionally lie on you, don't you intentionally lie on me. That's not what we gonna do. See, it's the difference between when you doing it intentionally and unintentionally. See, don't you be intentionally lying on me when I'm unintentionally lying on you. Don't do that. That's fucked up. And that lets me know you don't care about me. I'm like, girl, what is going on in Love and Marriage Huntsville? What's going on in Alabama, y'all? This is craziness. I've never heard anybody in my life say don't intentionally lie on me. I don't even want you to unintentionally lie on me. How do you unintentionally lie on somebody? How do you do that? Like, has that ever happened to y'all before? Like a nigga unintentionally lied on you? Is that something that we all dealt with before? Child, so let's move on. So, Maurice says yes and wonders how do you think I'm lying about the video? Maurice said, yeah, I do think that you lying about the video. He was like, how? That's what she said. That's what that woman said. How am I like? How did I lie? He was like, so was you in the room? He was like, yeah, I was in the room. He was like, so we were just having sex in front of you. He was like, yeah, y'all was. She wanted to have sex with me. I was telling her, no, sis, I'm all right. You letting two big grizzly bears fuck you. I don't really look at you the same after that. And I told her no. I watched because it's interesting seeing women get dick down, but at the end of the day, I wasn't really trying to fuck with it. And he was like, well, what color was the room? What color was the wallpaper? Nigga, what color was the carpet? Nigga, what does my yip look like? I was like, what are we even talking about? I was like, child, Maurice, save us our appetite. We don't want to think about what you look like in the buff. You and your brother are big sloppy niggas. So I just don't, you know, I just don't. Like, I just imagine, like, without y'all clothes on, y'all niggas look like plankton. Y'all know, like, how plankton was like a circle with legs. And I just, like, and then y'all just got big ass flat backs. Like, it's just, Martell was so disgusted as I was about, he was like, what are you talking about? And then, like, Maurice started to, like, laugh. He was like, answer the question, man. Answer the question. I'm like, are we serious? Or are we being like, are we seriously asking him that question? Like, he was like, you avoiding the question. I was like, why do you want him to tell you what he was like, I got a very, very unique setup. I was like, now what does that mean? Nigga, what does that mean? Now I was like, dick is dick. Dick is dick. I was like, dicks be uncut, dicks be cut. I was like, but like, I mean, every dick is unique, I guess, in his own way. But I'm saying, like, what can make it so much different that he could be able to point it out or pick it out of a lineup? Like what's going on? Oh my God. I was like, that sounds concerning. So, child, like, they go in, they continue to have this conversation. You know, Martell ain't letting up. He still is with the shits, but you know, I guess they're gonna like try to have some type of an event together or whatever the case may be. So let's move on to the next scene. Last scene. Okay, we at the last scene, child. So we see Kimmy, Marceau, and Tisha. They meet up, and we're talking about, you know, the conversation that we had with Martell. You know, it ain't a scene with Maurice and Kimmy if Kimmy don't say some shit that don't make sense. So Kimmy is like, when he's not a good guy, he's not a good guy. But when he's a nice guy, he's a nice guy. Marceau lets us know that he has finally started to understand what Martell wants. He said Martell just wants to fight. And I'm not going to give that to him. I'm not going to give that to him. Why would I do that? I was like, because you don't want to get your ass whooped. That's why. That's why you don't want to do it. It's okay, Marceau. It's okay. You don't have to constantly act like you're just so above this shit. You are very much below this shit, but you just don't want to get your ass whooped. I guarantee you, if it was a skinny person that you felt like you could punk, you wouldn't have no problem hopping in their face. But unfortunately, that's not what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a big buff dumb nigga. And don't nothing scare me more than niggas that are stupid. Okay? If somebody has not passed the 11th grade, bitch, I ain't fighting you. If you ever got held back, if you ever had a special ed class, bitch, I ain't fighting you. Absolutely not. It's like fighting them indestructible bitches off of Now That's TV. Them bitches just be fighting each other. Wake up with knuckle sandwiches, going to sleep with black eyes, and just they auto heal the next day. The black eye be gone. Like, these niggas really be built for this. Like you can't, like these really slow hood stupid people. You can't fight them. So I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I wouldn't want to fight that nigga either. I will, however, get some mace. On the dead homies, cuz. on my soul. Oh my goodness. Okay, child. But like Maurice says, like, but I'm arranging like a meetup with all the men. And he says, are you coming? He was like, yeah, I'm gonna come. He's like, even though Martell is gonna be there, he's like, yeah. Cause at the end of the day, I'm gonna ignore that nigga. Child, you saying this when you see the man, y'all gonna be acting like nothing ever happened. You gonna act like you cool with the dude because you don't want to piss him off too much to make him want to whoop your ass. So it's giving girl. We'll see what this was building up to next week, but I guarantee you it's gonna be a very cordial conversation because niggas know to keep it cute for their own safety. However, y'all, that is the end of this review. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Y'all, my coworker will be off of PTO I think Tuesday or Monday next week. So I'll be having like a little bit more time, to mentally gather myself. So child, I wonder like what show I can review. I don't know yet. I haven't really decided what I'm gonna review yet. I need to figure it out. If I'm going to be reviewing a show or if I'm just going to do hot topics. It's been a while since I've done hot topics, but the only thing about it is I don't be caring about what be going on in on the shade room and stuff like that. I feel like everything is just a repetitive conversation. Misogyny, abuse, pick-me's getting hurt. Misogyny, abuse, homophobia, pick-me's getting hurt. Gospel, let's love God, the love of God, Donald Trump. It's just over and over and over again, child. Funky Dineva and Tamar. I'm gonna think about it. Heart and Hustle Houston. I was actually thinking about like looking into that. I heard like Chef Don talking about it, but I'm gonna have to go and look into it myself. But y'all listen, okay? I love every single one of y'all, and I hope y'all know that you are loved. And nobody ever told you today. Know that Jeremy told you that he loves you. Okay, I want y'all to know that y'all have worth, that y'all are meant to be here, that you guys have purpose and a mission to fulfill. And I hope that you are doing work to figure out whatever that is. Okay, drink water. Honor yourself, honor your body. Take care of yourself. And until next time, I love y'all all. Love yourself so you won't end up with a big back nigga with a rack of titties. Okay, y'all? I'll see y'all later. All right? Bye.